timeline stuff. Luckily, like,
this stuff sounds very interesting. But
I have issues with the show, but, like, you can tell, like, everything was, like, pretty planned out.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, this is, like, they planned on, like, this being, the sixth season being, like, the finale. That's it, we're done.
Right.
Except for maybe a sequel series, which could possibly happen. I don't know.
Should it happen?
I'm not gonna say it's impossible.
Yeah.
Because they have, like, future stuff.
Yeah.
But, no, spoiler alert for the second to last episode of This Is Us is that Mandy Moore dies.
I did see that scene because somebody said it made them cry, so I was like, let me do it. And I was like, oh, that was sad.
She dies of Alzheimer's. So.
Yeah, which is kind of messed up. Actually, it's really messed up.
Yeah. Community?
Community.
Welcome to another episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction. I'm your host, Dara Whitman, and here with me is my lovely co-host.
Cailin Clothier.
Are you okay?
I'm not sure, actually, now. Because we just watched episodes of Community, and they were, like, real wild. There's a lot of...
I imagine I had an idea for an intro where I was going to say, like, it reminded me of when we watched that Pushing Days episode, Comfort Food, which had, like, the cannibalism and the Nazis and the... like raising a dead body from the grave.
Yeah.
So like you were just kind of like, there's so many lines being crossed.
That was a very intense episode as far as there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going on. I feel like less of an intensity, but still more of like a that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
Like that.
Well, before we get started, we're gonna do a thing where I say the social media stuff first.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us on this episode and like say hello. I know it's the beginning. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Leave a comment. We do read them at the end of the second episode.
Get your thoughts together.
Because this is how we recorded that. It's 2 episodes for just the audio, but then the videos are split up.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to read them in the next episode. Also, like and subscribe. I think we're getting close to like 770 now.
Yes. I will check while you keep doing the things.
So do that on YouTube. We're also on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook.com/WittyClose. So please like us there. Leave a comment somewhere, I guess, and like a post. That might work. We're on Twitter at WittyClose. I know that Twitter is accessible these days.
Yes.
In general, so
but
we have good tweets because we just say what we're doing.
Yeah, our tweets are pretty apolitical.
Yep, so follow us there, like our tweets, retweet at us, blah blah blah. We're on Instagram and TikTok, which is so that's fun because we're gonna get in with the youngins.
Yeah,
I think is TikTok accessible, but I like TikTok.
Not as much, but in its own way.
Twitter's the worst.
Not even.
What's the worst?
Facebook.
Facebook's the worst?
Facebook's terrible, but they're all bad in different ways. They're not, it's like a very apples and oranges kind of social media experience, so it's all about...
But we're on both, so follow us on Instagram, leave a comment, follow us on TikTok, I don't know what we can do there.
You can post things.
Audio-wise, we're on Spotify, so you can follow us on there. We're on iTunes, so you can rate, review, and subscribe there. We have a Patreon. At the $5 level, you get our monthly live streams. We just did our May one where we watched 365 Days 2.
Yeah.
Which was
the second one.
Which was a thing.
It was a great experience, actually. It was a really good reaction from our absolutely terrible experience watching, but a really fun reaction.
But like, do we agree that like I think we preferred this one over the first one? They're both horrible.
Yes. Well, as far as like
The second one was less cringy and just stupid.
Right, exactly.
So
a very important distinction.
That's a distinction, is that the first one just made both of us cringe a lot.
I was just very uncomfortable the entire time. And this one I was uncomfortable, but in a very different way that I was slightly more okay with.
That's like the reviews I watched of it finally, where they were like, for the first 15 minutes, nothing happens, and I'm like, accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also get our spin-off show, First Reaction or Fan Reaction. We still have WandaVision's done. I'm just trying to figure out how to get it so that people can watch it because it got blocked on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out something with but then once that's up, you're going to have access to all the WandaVision stuff that we did. Mm-hmm. So hooray.
And if you're YouTube listening on that, no, we're not. So just want to put that out there. That is all speculation. We are not performing
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly. At the $10 level we have, and then we're still trying to work on like the rest of the levels. It's just kind of going to be like fun stuff. We might watch shows that we don't feel like, they might still be like First Reaction Fan Reaction stuff, but like we don't think that they're going to fit the format of the show, so we want to do them there.
Yeah.
I kept saying I would do Bake Off, even though Netflix deleted some of the shows. Thanks, Netflix. Not the shows, the seasons.
Yeah.
But I've got a couple of the shows I think might not fit on this format or like would be great. So, and then just either fun stuff like not a mukbang thing, but like have dinner with us because I don't want to do mukbang.
No, that's not my style.
ASMR.
ASMR is fun.
I don't mind having like a meal with people.
Right.
live stream thing. Might do some like goofy, weird stuff.
We would always have fun. We have fun.
We know how to have fun.
Yeah.
And so that's Patreon, and we also have an email, wittyclothes@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
So email us whatever you want. That's at least PG-13.
Yeah.
So that's that, and let's get to Community Season 1, Episode 17, Physical Education.
Oh boy. Boy howdy.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi, Dad. I brought bagels.
Oh, I'd love a bagel. The perfect beginning for my first day of billiards class.
Oh, did you pick a special outfit so you can look sexy shooting pool?
Shirley, I have no idea what you are talking about.
Oh, not the bagels.
13.
Oh, great. So much for bagels.
Bagels.
So much for what?
The bagels. You dropped them on the floor.
They're called bagels.
That was fun.
That was an experience.
Okay, so there's like 2 plot points, to like A and B.
There's an ABC plot here.
Where's the C plot?
The C plot is very small and silly, but is it a C plot or a running joke?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think it's just a running joke.
Okay, I see partially...
Because there's not really a conclusion to it.
But the conclusion is acceptance, which is the theme of the whole episode.
It is,
so.
but like, is there acceptance in the running gag?
Yes. By the person doing it.
Yeah.
So that's all that matters.
All right. So we start off, Jeff is entering the study room, and he's like all decked out in like pants and like
He's got like a leather jacket.
He looks
got,
cool.
like really expensive pants.
Because he is about to take his first billiards class.
Yes.
Or pool.
Because that's an elective apparently that you can take.
Or I guess a sports class.
Yeah, it's like it falls under a sports related physical education.
Yeah, which fun fact, because like I don't know if people realize this, because sometimes they'll go play with the pool balls. We're recording on a pool table.
We do record on a pool table, so like very very fitting to.
Technically, it's like there's like the frames over there, so we can turn it into a ping pong table as well.
Yeah, I'd love to play some ping pong.
You want it right now, but we already have all the stuff up.
We already have the stuff up. I don't feel like taking the equipment off the table. We should just kind of talk about community.
Community.
Ooh.
All right. So, but Jeff's excited about that because it's like he wants to be cool and stuff. And also, I guess like there's like two, like the funny thing it starts off is that I think Shirley brought in like bagels.
Yes.
And then as Jeff's sitting down, he drops the bagels. And I also like the bit Rob is just like 13. And then Britta comes in and says, "Oh, you dropped all the bagels."
The bagels.
So she says bagel incorrectly, but also I say bagel.
How do you say bagel?
Bagel.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
I can't hear the difference.
You say, I think the correct one is bagel.
Bagel. Oh, okay, but
We say it, I've been told, like, the bagel is, like, the Philly way of saying it.
Like, in the same way that, if you're a native Philadelphian, you tend to say more of eagles than eagles. Mm-hmm. So it's, like, bagel, and it's, like, bagel instead
I don't
of
say
bagel.
Eagle?
The eagle. So that's, like, I think that's more Delco, like, area where it's, like,
I know, like...
I love the eagles.
I think for the most part, I say stuff correctly, but, like, some stuff I've, like, I'll say, like, I say watermelon.
Yeah, so sometimes I'll be like, a bottle of water. Lately I've been like slipping real deep into the Philly, and I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I've been going more water lately. I usually say water ice, like, and nobody knows what water ice is unless you're in the immediate Philadelphia region. Even people like when you start getting out to the central PA are like, what are you talking about? I'm
It's
like,
Italian. Technically it's Italian ice.
It's Italian ice, but like
it's water ice.
Colloquially, we call it water ice. So that's a little bit.
I think like Mara V-san does like an interesting job of like the Delco accent. Yeah. I don't think you've seen that yet. It's on HBO Max.
I have not, but it's one of those things I like want to see only because it's set in Delco.
I didn't know that because I didn't like read up anything on that until I was like watching it, and like I thought it was just like some like Midwest like town thing. But then I hear Kate Winslet say water, and I'm like, wait, where are they?
It's probably one of those things that, like, if you weren't thinking about it, then you're, like, just, like, watching, and you're like, oh, this is, like, how normal people talk, because this is all the people that I'm surrounded with, and it's like, oh, that's not
I'm also like, oh, wait, there's, like, everybody's drinking Wawa coffee, of course, we're in this.
But it's, like, to me, that's just us, just another day out. Like,
I also know, like, Radiator.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I think my dad said this, but I think my uncle also says, like, Italy instead of Italy.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
And my aunt says Italy, and we're just like, anyway, community.
I lived in New York, Troy. I know what a bagel is.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What?
You say bagel wrong.
I say it the same as you.
Say it again.
Bagel.
I also say it wrong, too, I guess.
Studying.
I've been told that I say it wrong.
258.
Community.
Anyway, so we make fun of Britta because she says bagel. I don't know what region says bagel. Or it's just like a funny, I don't know if it's like a regional thing, but that's like a funny thing.
I think it's probably more funny, but somebody probably says it like that.
Right, but she says, like, I lived in New York. I know what a bagel is. And I'm like, I think people in New York would punch you if you said bagel.
Right.
So I get without, like, thinking that what your C plot is, but, like, it's more just like a running gag.
Right, yeah.
Also, Troy's looking in his Spanish book, and he sees a drawing of Abed.
It's all around. Strictly speaking, Troy, the Bible condemns this level of friendship.
I didn't draw that. I bought that book used. It must have been whoever had it last.
Obviously, it's a girl who has a crush on Abed. This is so romantic. It's just like the Notebook, except instead of Alzheimer's, Abed has...
No, spoiler alert for the second to last episode of This Is Us is that Mandy Moore dies.
I did see that scene because somebody said it made them cry, so I was like, let me do it. And I was like, oh, that was sad.
She dies of Alzheimer's. So.
Yeah, which is kind of messed.
I forgot about that.
She's fat. Thick pencil lines are drawn with heavy.
I did forget about that.
Oh, no.
For Abed. Unless it's a boy, then we have to find them for Jesus. But either way, this is going to be fun.
And they're kind of wondering, like, if I think there's a joke that maybe like Troy drew it first.
It's a very romantic looking drawing. Like,
right.
It has like little hearts and like little fun little things.
So apparently
around.
somebody has a crush on Abed.
Yeah.
And Abed's just kind of like,
He's like, okay.
But the gang kind of finds it, like, it's cool, except for, like, I think Jeff finds it interesting, but he kind of doesn't want to be involved because accurate.
Right, because Jeff knows a thing or two, and he knows better, which is very funny in this context. But well, also Jeff is the kind of person to like not put in extra energy to do anything. So I think also the whole process that they're trying to perform here, it just takes extra energy. And Jeff's like, no, stop, y'all are.
But he's also right. Like,
he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. Which is very funny. But yes, because the whole gang wants to help Abed get a girl because I think that they perceive that as a deficiency of his, of like, but your life would be better if you get woman. And so we'll discuss that more as time goes on.
Right.
That's really the setup
but
for that.
But we find out in Spanish class that the book used to belong to a woman named Jenny Adams.
Yes.
And so they're like, all right, we have the girl. Let's like help Abed like get this girl. And then there's like a reference to
You guys are gonna Can't Buy Me Love Me, right?
We're gonna what you?
You're gonna Can't Buy Me Love Me. You know, transform me from zero to hero, geek to chic.
Oh, he wants us to love Don't Cost a Thing him. Can't Buy Me Love was the remake for white audiences.
That's so uncomfortable when they do that. I can't believe it didn't insult.
All right. Nobody here is Can't Buy Me loving or Love Don't Cost a Thinging anyone. Because we've all seen enough after-school specials and Fat Albert to know that Abed only needs to be himself.
I did like this where I was like, oh, you're gonna Can't buy me love me, and then they're like explaining that, and then Troy and Charlie are like, oh, it means we're gonna love Don't Cost a Thing him.
There's a whole discussion about like people's reference points, and then Jeff does the same thing later when we talk about after school specials.
And it's like Fat Albert.
What? They're like the Fat Albert. Like, okay. So, yep.
That's the worst, right?
No, it's really funny. That's just really funny.
So that's and then we get to pool class, and everyone's like playing a little bit of pool, having a good time, and then I think he said Bogner, right? I thought I heard like a V, so I thought it was like Bogner.
Okay, probably Bogner.
But it's Coach Bogner, and he's like the coach.
For a line, please. My name is Coach Bogner. Welcome to the art of pool, which is a phys ed class, which means that you all have to wear the proper equipment at all times. So, suit up. See you back on the felt in 5. You're gonna look like an ass in those.
And everybody has to wear like the school uniform for gym class, like he had to do back in like the day.
Back in high school?
High school, yeah. I'm trying to remember, but like I think like I only had to wear like a uniform. Mm-hmm. I'm not even 100% sure in like middle school.
Actually, we were the same. Well, now I'm trying to think. Did I have a specific shirt for gym in high school? Oh my god, I am blanking.
Me too.
I am blanking. I know middle school. Middle school had a very specific uniform that I had to buy, at least in the one school that I went to in middle school. And so I don't think I have those. I had green shorts. I'm not sure if I have them anymore. But it was like, yeah, I think in middle school, the other middle school where I went to high school, I think it was the t-shirt was a certain one, but the shorts could be different. I actually don't know.
I just remember I had like a short and shirt uniform in middle school, and I think
with like the school logo on each.
Right, but I don't remember. I think for high school we just had to wear like different
workout clothes,
which I think is fair.
Yeah.
Except for 10th grade when I had to wear a bathing suit because I took swimming.
Oh, we didn't have a pool, so we didn't have to do that.
There you go.
That's great. I would have been traumatized by having.
I just feel bad for like the kids who had like swimming like first period of the day. Like I had a 6th period, so then it was kind of like, all right, even if I can make myself look good for like that, and then I had swimming, and then I just put my hair up for the rest of the day.
Right.
But that was that.
Too much.
And then college, it was just like, I guess I had like one phys ed class in college, but I just wore workout clothes.
They made, there was one requirement that we had to take. I had the classroom class, not the physical activity one.
I had like, it was like one day a week, it was in the workout, and then 2 days a week was in a class.
Yeah, they had the different kinds, and you didn't get to choose. They just threw into it.
Right.
At least mine was, because mine was the first semester of college. That was when all your classes got picked for you, and I think other people who didn't have that got to like pick and choose, but mine was called stress reduction, and it was like the most academically challenging out of all the different wellness classes.
Really?
Which was very funny, because it's stress reduction. I'm like, you're just giving me more stress. So we never had to do any physical activity. I was just in a classroom with Did
it give you more stress though?
It was I actually remember having to do a lot of homework for that class, but it wasn't too bad. But I really liked the professor.
Okay.
My brother actually had that professor because he taught a lot of classes for my brother's minor. And so we both think he's a cool guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't want to like say names, but like,
all right,
you know who you are. I'm definitely not watching this, but
all right. So Jeff doesn't want to wear this like outfit because like it's like, why would I want to wear like a gym outfit for pool? Which like I think makes sense.
Do you have something against playing pool with a full range of motion and optimal comfort?
I'm comfortable in my own clothes. I'm sorry?
I said, I bet you're comfortable dressed like a model instead of an athlete, sipping martinis and smoking instead of keeping your game on the table.
Hey, listen, man. You're implying I'm some sort of pool poser because I don't want to wear a bathing suit. You're the weird one. That's weird, not me. Nobody plays pool like that.
Yeah, well, what do you call this?
I call that your personal business, okay?
It absolutely makes sense, right?
Yeah, but then he like is like, all right, and then he puts the shorts on and just like so Joel McHale's like a giant, so like they kind of like go up a bit.
Oh, they're short shorts.
They're short shorts.
They show off his gams.
And like they kind of people are making fun of him, but I'm like, you're all wearing the same shorts.
But his look funnier.
I guess. So then he gets mad and he's kind of like, I'm not wearing this, and then he has like a fight with the coach about like clothing for pool, and like the coach kind of thinks like he just wants to be cool.
Yeah.
And Jeff's like, this is stupid.
Okay, so like I feel like it's very in the vein of Greendale to have like billiards be a physical ed sport. Like that just feels silly. I want to know literally from people, because I'm very curious about like what was the least sport related sport that you were required to do for gym class?
High school. I don't even.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think.
What was the one you're like, we're doing this? This is a weirdly weird skill and or sport.
I think one, no, that might have been a whole like course thing, but I think one was kind of like, you could do like yoga and stuff.
Oh, what yoga's cool.
But I don't remember. I know one was like sort of like I know one was sort of like adventure because we had like a rock wall at one point, so you could like rock climb and stuff. But like that kind of counts.
We didn't have that. We didn't have a rock wall.
I don't know if you've seen my high school, but like,
oh, it's big and it has a lot of money. We get it.
I don't even know if they have. Well, I guess they said they have a good amount of money.
Yes. They have a lot of money.
I did. There was this rumor that it used to be a prison. I don't actually know if that's true, but like
that'd be cool. Is it haunted?
I don't know.
I mean, what is school but a prison? We had orienteering. That was a section that we had to do in 11th and 12th grade.
What is that?
Orienteering. It's basically about orienting yourself, finding your way around, not finding your own orientation, though that would have been very helpful in school. But no, they would literally give you a compass, and they would give you like a sheet of paper, and they'd be like, you'd have to, and then they just like release you into the wild. And then they'd be like, all right, you have to take 70 paces northwest, and you're supposed to like find like the markers and everything. Most of the kids just took their stuff and like went in the corner and smoked weed, but it was very, and like you never actually got to the point based on the amount of paces that they gave you, because it's like, I like my feet are this big, the gym teacher's feet are like this big. I don't really know how that's working right now. But anyway, I thought it was very interesting, and they reused the sheets, so anytime that they would give you like little pieces of paper, they weren't laminated or anything, so it'd be like kind of sweaty.
Ew.
And like damp. It was very uncomfortable. So that's the story of how we had to do orienteering at my school, amongst
But
other
like
things,
junior year, like why then?
junior and senior. I guess that was the year that they trusted you to just like go off unsupervised.
Oh,
So I
don't know.
It was weird. But Darren and I had very different high school experiences.
I just remember there was like different like pods for each like the good thing is there was like sections of the school, but unfortunately each section of the school was like for like a specific like course. So like if like okay I have a science class, it's probably most likely going to be in this area.
Yeah.
It still took you like I think like there was like my thing was always like if you were like in one area like one end and then you go to the other end for a class, it's kind of like I'm gonna be late. You only give me like 3 minutes. Yeah. And there's like a middle point where there's a traffic jam.
Oh, the traffic jam. Yep. Good times.
Community.
This is gonna be a very long episode because we're just talking about stuff.
All right, so but Jeff's upset about like this like thing, and then he kind of like leaves, but it's so kind of like in that thing of like if Jeff's like not in control or like somebody tries to like mock his skills, he gets very upset.
He does lash out. Yeah,
I do like it because like Jeff's a straight man, but he still kind of like gets into those like rages.
Yeah, he gets the opportunity to be very funny, which is good even as the straight man character, which I tend not to like. Jeff that has points where I'm like, it was funny. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, to the other plot, everybody else in the cafeteria, and they find Jenny Adams.
Blonde who's reading right over there? Whoa, that's her? She's pretty. Which is not a surprise at all, I bet.
Okay, I bet we're gonna be here for moral support. Just go over there and do your thing.
Okay.
Remember, be yourself.
Got it.
Great.
Cool.
Abed,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I'm being myself.
Go be yourself by Jenny.
Yes,
And she's
pretty.
she's pretty.
She's cute.
And they just say to Abed, be yourself, and like that kind of thing. And then Abed's just kind of like,
And being himself is not engaging and not.
he
pursuing
doesn't pursue that. And
Yes.
then they're like, okay, be somebody else. And then he's like, all right. And then he goes up and starts going like,
But I wouldn't go over there.
How do you know that?
A lifetime of observation, mostly.
Do you think there's a version of yourself that might go over there?
Absolutely.
Could you be him?
Okay.
Oh,
What the hell was that?
A different version of me. I think it was a vampire.
All right, if this is going to turn ugly, I can't be here. I'm a two-striker.
No, Pierce.
He decides to
be a vampire.
He picks an alternate universe version of himself, which this one is a vampire.
Right. So and then they're like,
Very predatory
And then
vampire.
everybody's like, crap, Abed can't be himself if he wants to get a girl. So they're like, okay, we have to change Abed.
Right.
So, but that bit's funny. So then we see them like working with Abed to like give him like a bit more persona and stuff.
What are you reading?
Pride and Prejudice?
So you're familiar with 2 sins. How about a third?
oh.
Hey.
I don't think we're allowed to smoke in here.
And you picked the wrong outfit.
Heyo.
Abed, what are you doing?
Don Draper from Mad Men.
To help. So then they're like trying to do like different scenarios, like that kind of thing. And then he does one scenario where he's Don Draper.
It is very funny. Like they set him up because Abed's whole thing is that like all he does is absorb pop culture references, and so he just channels whatever character he wants. So he's very good at impersonations.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he just goes full Don Draper,
And it worked. I mean,
and just about seduces.
because he's doing it
Annie.
on Annie. She's
Yeah.
kind of like,
And she's like, well. For a split second, she's head over heels for it because it's just a very good performance.
And then Jeff comes in and he's kind of like berating everybody, saying like, "What are you doing?" And then Abed starts mimicking Jeff, and they're like,
They're teaching me how to be someone else.
Oh, for God's sake, what did I tell you guys?
Well, for God's sakes, everybody, do whatever you want. Leave each other alone.
Whoa, that's a good job. How'd you do that?
10% Dick Van Dyke, 20% Sam Malone, 40% Zach Braff and Scrubs, and 30% Hillary Swank and Boys Don't Cry. Sorry.
Abed, what if you just did Jeff or Jenny?
And your point is?
Look, I don't want any part of this. And I can't believe that you're still doing it after I already explained the obvious lesson smacking you in the face.
That works.
Yeah.
Do that. And then also Jeff's so upset about the billiards class.
Hey, why aren't you in billiards class?
Because I don't look cool in shorts. Because I'm not cool in shorts.
Oh wait.
That's really good.
So there's that, and so then we cut to like the student lounge, and Abed's about to meet Jeff and hit on Jenny.
Yes.
And then and it's like working a bit.
I feel like I've seen you before. It's working. I know.
I get that a lot from art students. I'm told I have a face made for sketching. I'd rather think it was made for kissing. How about for punching? Huh? What are you doing hitting on my girlfriend? Ugly. This is awkward.
Oh no! Oh no! This is very funny. Oh my god.
But then her boyfriend comes by, because apparently she had a boyfriend.
Apparently she has a boyfriend.
Whose name is Joey, or White Abed.
White Abed. Yeah, this is a big, because
you need to talk about this.
Here's the thing about pencil drawings, is that it was a line art drawing.
Yeah.
So line art, that doesn't really give a lot of room for shading or distinction. So it was a very basic outline of Abed. But turns out there's a fellow with a very similar facial structure. He just happens to be white.
And his name's Joey.
And he's ready to
do you need to talk about this?
Abed. I'm not sure what there is to talk about that, but that was a lot.
I think it was funny because, like, I think the first time I ever watched the show, I didn't catch on that it was just Danny Pudi in whiteface. And then a few times I'm like, oh wait,
oh,
is that racist? That's not racist. I don't know anymore.
I don't think so, but it's
I guess because like the white people are less beaten down, so it's fine.
Right. It's all about what direction you're punching. Never punch down. That's the goal of comedy. Don't punch down. People punch down a lot.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
But then everybody else is like, kind of like, oh no, we messed up. Abed's gonna be so upset. So then Jeff's like, yeah, Abed's gonna be upset. I told you so. So, and then Abed comes in and kind of just like, meh, hi.
Hi.
Abed. About yesterday.
Oh yeah. You guys must be pretty upset.
Why would we be upset?
Well, I know how important it was for you that I get a girlfriend. So when Jenny went off with White Abed, it must have really hurt.
It did.
White Abed?
Jenny's boyfriend is a white guy that's almost identical to Abed.
I wonder how.
So does that make
You okay?
Abed brown?
That's really funny.
If you want to get racist about it.
Right. He's not beat up about it. He's just like, it happens.
Yeah, so then they're like, wait, you're not like upset? And he's like, no, I don't mind that she wasn't into me, like it just happened, like girls mainly approach me, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of like, I'm just making you guys happy, like by like going along with it.
Abed, we just want you to be happy, right?
Yeah, I know. Everybody wants me to be happy. Everybody wants to help me. But usually when they find out they can't, they get frustrated and stop talking to me. Or they trick me into buying them ice cream and then shove me into a clothes dryer. Which I didn't want to happen with you guys, so I want to make sure that you felt like you could help me. The truth is, lots of girls like me because, let's face it, I'm pretty adorable. And my aloofness unconsciously reminds them of their fathers, so... I'm more used to them approaching me.
So we didn't damage your self-esteem or anything?
Bert, I got self-esteem falling out of my butt. That's why I was willing to change for you guys. Because when you really know who you are and what you like about yourself, changing for other people isn't such a big deal.
Because usually, like, that's, if, like, I don't, then people, like, stop talking to me.
Right. Well, yeah, because, they were definitely more invested than he was, because they, I guess to them, it's very much of, like, how they value and perceive, right? Because it's like, oh, like, clearly if somebody desires you, you're more valuable. So, like, we want our buddy to, like, be at his best game. So we're trying to do the best for him that we think is the best for him. But because they think that just because he's, like, an awkward guy means that he doesn't have a lot going on for him. Completely not the case at all.
Right. Like,
he's got a lot going on for him, and he's cool with it. Like,
he's cool with it.
He's completely chill for himself.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, in his past of, like, if he didn't go along with this, like, other people that he knew, they would either, like, start bullying him or just, like, stop talking to him, and he didn't want that with this group, so we just went along with it to make them happy. And then he's like, dude, look, like, it just, like, as long as you're okay with who you are, it's okay to change for people that you love. So, aw.
Yeah, it was good. It was like everyone has, like, a aw moment.
Yeah, and then Jeff's like, you're right, and then he like leaves.
Abed, You're a god. If you'll all excuse me, I have a man to beat in pool while wearing shorts.
Who's excited?
Is that code for going number 1 or number 2?
Abed, you've inspired me too. People can mock me all they want. I don't care how I say the word bagel.
Yeah.
And then also there's like the ending bit where Britta's like, you know what, it's fine that I say bagel, and then everybody starts laughing at her.
Yes, which is the completion of that running joke and or C plot.
Right. Meanwhile, we get back to the billiards class.
Yes.
And then Jeff comes in the shorts.
Oh, would you? Jeff Winger.
Look at them gams.
Shouldn't you be at a Urban Outfitters?
See, they're all in normal clothes now.
But first I have to hand someone their tightly polyester swaddled ass in a game of pool.
Shots fired.
Now, do you want to talk about clothes like a girl? Or use tapered sticks to hit balls around a cushioned table like a man?
Balls like a man.
Yeah!
Balls like a man.
I'll break.
And he wants to play the coach at pool.
Yeah, because he's learned that, you know, to be confident in himself and that he doesn't need the flashy things to
right. And then they start playing, and it's like kind of like a montage of like them playing. And then the coach is so kind of like making fun of saying like you just want to look cool, like that kind of thing you've learned.
It's all about looking cool.
Right. And then
you think you look cool.
Yeah? Well, how cool is this?
Yeah!
Stop projecting your obsession with clothes onto me as an excuse for when I beat you in a game of real pool.
Oh, you want to play real pool, huh?
Yeah!
God.
I'll play real pool.
We're all just stripping.
Yes!
Now, who doesn't care how they look?
Me!
Shouldn't you be stopping soon? Gathering evidence.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like Jeff's like, oh, I'm cool, and then just like pulls his pants down, like
Yeah, pants is himself.
Right, and then the coach does the same thing.
Yes, and so now there proceeds to be an entire billiards game played in underwear.
Right, which
cool.
You okay?
Yeah, that was fun.
Let's get to the ending bit, and then we'll get to your thoughts.
Okay.
So then they keep playing, and then finally it's like at the final like 8 ball.
But years from now, when the story's retold, all they're gonna remember is one of us loved clothes, and the other loved the game.
Oh my gosh. This is happening, isn't it?
Yes. You okay? That they have this do, and then they both like are like and then rip their underwear.
There's like a very like display of manliness and talking about the love of the game and integrity. I guess it's about integrity, and somehow integrity ends with competing naked.
Yep.
Just like the Greeks did. So,
how
Greco-Roman of them.
And then we talked about like there's like a crowd, like an audience.
And they're gathering, yes.
Right. So like Shanga's like taking bets, and like the Dean's there like not stopping.
Yeah, Dean's just like watching.
And then I do like when they're doing the final thing, and then like Jeff is just like he's like behind like our main cast, like everybody just sees his butt, and then like he lifts his leg up. And then the Dean just takes a picture, and then Andy's kind of like.
So yeah, it just gives him the full, just all of it. All of it's right
but
there.
Jeff wins.
Oh my god. Alright, now everybody put their clothes back on for the blow guy.
Look at me! Look at me! You beat me. From now on, you play pool, dress however you choose.
I choose shorts.
I choose shorts! Shorts! Son of a bitch. You magnificent son of a bitch!
Yes. And then the coach is kind of like, all right, like it's like a nice like thing of like you beat me, you can like choose how you played pool, and then he's like, it's like a very fun like dramatic thing.
It's a very like sports movie kind of like setup because again, it's all about like love of the game and integrity and that manly desire to to be at your whatever that is in your most manly spirit. I don't really know, but it's a thing. It's definitely played off like a really dramatic sports movie with just all kinds of emotion flying around all over the place.
Like your whole thoughts on this pool game.
It's very dramatic. I was filled with fear. I tried to avert my eyes and he forced me not to.
Because it was funny.
It was very funny. There was a lot of
I mean, it was on NBC, so you weren't going to say anything like over.
No, but the whole premise was chaos. The whole thing was chaos.
It was chaos, but
very entertaining chaos. But man, was that chaos!
And then you were just like, put some clothes on. So then like they have like a sit down thing, just I guess in like a towel thing, and he's sort of clothed. And then also, so there was a girl in her billiards class who like comes up to him.
I hope this doesn't sound too forward, but could you introduce me to your friend?
Yay!
You know what? I know that guy's MO, and I think it's better if you introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Courtney.
Abed.
Man, how can I be Brown Joey?
And she wants to meet Abed.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like, he likes it when you approach him.
Yeah.
So just go see, and then it works. And then we get Joey coming back. And it's kind of like, man, I wish I was Brown Joey.
It's very funny. This episode's full of chaos. That's all I can say.
And then the end tag is Abed and Troy being Bert and Ernie.
Hey, Abed.
Hey, Troy.
Here's the Spanish book I borrowed.
Thank you. Did you finally get your own book?
Something like that.
Wait a second.
It's okay. Let's have cookies.
Okay.
My cousin's funeral is today.
Oh, that was today.
I knew there was some reason I couldn't do this today.
Poor Dimitri.
Oh my god.
And then Troy's like, crap, it's my cousin's funeral.
The Bert and Ernie part is great because they move very deliberately like puppets. Like there's a part where Abed like puts his hand on the thing and goes like this, like is like as in somebody like has a hand that's going like that.
Also like the way they eat the cookie.
Like very Cookie Monster-esque. It's really the Bert and Ernie is very good. And my cousin's funeral. I knew I couldn't do this today.
So thoughts on this episode?
Chaos. Definitely like. Not pushes it is like really pushing it, like it's not towing a line of any sort, but it's just taking, it's finding like refuge in its audacity and just like going at it, and like I appreciate that. It was fun. It's a very simple, like plot wise, very simple episode.
But like the jokes kind of make it over the top.
Right, exactly. So like plot wise, we were done pretty early. Like it didn't take us long to be like the message is about being yourself and being confident and being okay with change. If, you can change yourself if you're confident in the person that you already are. Right. So it's okay to adapt yourself into other situations. Bam. Okay, we're done. So, like, that got out of the way super quick, and then it was just all, like, super silly from then on out.
Right.
So, like, that was fun. I enjoyed it.
You just weren't expecting a naked pool party? Pool party.
Pool party. Naked pool party.
Billiards party.
They should have called this skinny dipping, because it was a naked pool party. There we go.
Heyo.
Heyo. But that's all I got to say about that. So I enjoyed that.
Have you ever played pool before?
I'm very bad at it anytime that I try, but I haven't tried very often, so I haven't learned.
I think in my entire life, I won one game of pool because like it was at when I was during the summer before my senior year, I went to Penn State for like a summer course thing. Mm-hmm. And we were at like an out night. We were like doing a thing, and then it was like two teams of two, and we were playing pool, and then the other team accidentally shot the 8 ball into the hole before all the other ones, so then my team won.
Nice.
That's how I won.
That would be the only way I could win, because I'm not good at anything like that.
That's fair. Do you want some trivia?
I would love some.
Okay. So I saw this. So in the commentary for the season 1 of the DVD commentary,
This is one of my favorite tags.
This should get an Emmy. Yvette's head will explode if we don't give her credit for saying...
This was Yvette Nicole Brown's idea, that we should play Bert and Ernie.
Now, who was that?
And then, I'm not really sure, but she's a lady that's on set a lot.
Okay, whatever.
The Bert and Ernie thing was Yvette Nicole Brown's idea.
Oh, really?
That's it. It's
nice.
So the pop culture references, we mentioned The Notebook, which was funny because like I forgot about that, and we were talking about this the second to last episode of This Is Us. Mm-hmm. So we were just like, oh wait, don't worry, there's not gonna be Alzheimer's. And then I'm like, oh wait, there's that Notebook reference.
Yep.
There's Abed mentions Can't Buy Me Love, and then Troy and Shirley mentioned Love Don't Cost a Thing, and like they have the joke of like it's funny how they make like black movies for white audiences, even though Can't Buy Me Love came out first.
I don't know why they do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I guess I didn't think about that. It's like I guess I'm like because I don't think I've seen either of those movies.
No, I haven't.
I think Can't Buy Me Love has Patrick Dempsey, and it's like basically like I think it's like She's All That, but like opposite. I don't actually know. Okay. And then Can't Buy Me Love is Nick Cannon.
Got it.
I think it's like that, or like I think it's like the popular girl's trying to make the nerd pretend to be her boyfriend for a reason, and then teen rom-com. So you know how it ends. I don't know how that works. Anyway, and then there's like Jeff says like his impersonation of or Abed's impersonation of Jeff is like all this a bunch of like different people, but it says 30% Hillary starting from Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah,
but he's more mad about Zach Braff.
Right, because he says Zach Braff from Scrubs, so he's like Zach Braff.
Yeah. During the pool scene, Werewolves of London's playing. Jeff mentions ABC After School specials, and then Fat Albert. When Abed chooses to portray the Mad Men character Don Draper, Shirley advises that he be Mike Brady from the Brady Bunch. Mm-hmm. And then Breda mentions Joe from Facts of Life, but as a guy. Mm-hmm. And then as a Donald Glover, Troy wants him to be Calvin from Kevin Hobbs. When Joey wants to fight Abed for his girl, and then he says, "Let's go, Slumdog."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Jeff knocking off the bagels from the table, and then Abed saying 13 is a reference to Rain Man, because I guess I haven't seen Rain Man, but I guess that's how Dustin Hoffman does it.
Okay.
I think I saw that. Do you know the channel cracked when it was like...
Oh, yeah.
So, like, they had this thing called After Hours. Did you ever watch that show?
I've seen a couple episodes.
I remember there was one. I think it was about Batman, and then, like, two of the characters are fighting, and then... I think this is like before, like it was a bit like a few years ago, so right. Like not very politically correct.
Right.
But this one character's like, I think it's Asperger's. Like,
quick, how many?
Oh my god! And he kept doing that, and then the funny bit was at the end. It was like this like one like guy who worked at the cave. He's like, who's
31 sugar packs on the floor?
Sugar packs. I feel like I could say that.
Yeah.
So Jeff's billiards game with his coach is reminiscent of Tom Cruise in The Color of Money.
Okay.
I don't know what that movie is.
I haven't seen it.
Britta mispronounced the word bagel, inspired by creator Dan Harmon. I guess he pronounced it bagul. Bagul. And Abed practices the techniques of Annie on Don Draper, which was fun. The funny thing there is that at the time, Alison Brie had a recurring role on Mad Men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was terrifying because obviously Alison Brie is on Mad Men, so I was working my impression on her earlier in the week.
This is amazing.
Pride and Prejudice.
And it's like, I've seen the first season of Mad Men. She gets married to Pete Campbell, who like is Vincent Kartheiser, who I always feel bad for because he seems like a nice guy, but every time he plays a character on a show, I just want to punch him in the face. So like, and it's but they're very different characters because like Annie's like Annie, but then like she's like a very like stern like 50s wife.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was funny.
That was pretty funny. That's a really good.
Yeah, then like that role was like recurring, and then obviously Community's and like she's the main character.
Right.
In the Community complete first season DVD commentary.
I'm here to tell you guys that was actually me. That was a 2-hour makeup job. 2-hour makeup job. And actually I had to go get fitted for color contact lenses 3 times. That's where I learned I have abnormally large irises.
Oh. Yeah, and that makeup had to be tested and tested.
And that makeup hurt after a while,
Danny
right?
spent more time in a makeup chair that week than probably
Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh my god.
Abed's impersonation of Jeff to Jenny is promised her to be fun to be together. I think that's the Abed guarantee, which is like a thing that's gonna come up with Jeff's gonna do it.
Okay,
like that's a winger guarantee.
Mm.
And that's it for the trivia. So
nice.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
The next episode's also fine.
I'm totally fine. It's great. Let's go.
I don't know which one crosses the line more. I think it might be the combination.
But yeah, put them together and just take a big old.
I do kind of love like really far like that kind of like comedy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna talk about Community Season 1, Episode 18, Basic Genealogy.
Woo! Let's do it.
Adios.
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 Guys, class is over. I'm trying to get you to leave.
Oh.
Pick that up.
Senior Chang? We're trying to figure out whose Spanish book this was before its release.
I may have been thrown off by Britta's pronunciation of the word bagel.
How do you pronounce bagel?
I don't.
Come on.
Bagel.
Ugh, you're the worst.